Live, Andrea. Hello.
Yes. Hello, Pablo.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. We are recording. So nice.
Yes.
So beautiful. What you said, we just make this beautiful prayer. And um, and I wanted to share this. You did the prayer and you said, please God talk through us. And it really
Yes.
opened my heart. Really opened my heart.
Same. Same. As you just said now again, I just feel so touched in my heart, like feeling like crying. Because it's so powerful to let yourself be an instrument for a higher power and to just follow this with maybe not understanding fully, with no logic, with no preparation, just showing up for God again and again. It's so powerful. And yeah, this is what we are doing. This is what we are doing. We are hosting the spirit as well. As you host us, Pablo, we are also hosting the spirit of love and the truth in our podcast.
This is not
Yes.
wowcast. This is a prayer. What we are doing. This is medicine. This is a healing. This is our purpose, and it's amazing joy to be here with you today and to talk about such important thing, self-worth, self-love.
Yes.
Very sensitive, and it's good we open with a prayer, with an open heart, because there is a lot of healing here to be done, a lot of karma, a lot of we are going to talk with love, yes, and compassion, and to bring forgiveness, awareness, no judgment. We are all playing, struggling, fighting to recover this unconditional worth, sense of self-worth.
Yes, I hope that people who are watching, they will feel an opening of their heart as we are sharing our hearts here today. Because most of the time, whenever there is an open heart, is going to open some other hearts around. And so let's have this intention for this episode that we can come back to our hearts and come back to self-worth.
Yes, to come back. And yeah, we if something trigger us during this, because we are going to be very real. We
Hmm.
prepare some stories about our life, real stuff that happened in our life, uh, real stories of people that we are working with that show how much we, how to say this, lost the sense of self-worth. That we come to the world with this, we come with it. When we come, we will talk more about this, but when we come, we play. We don't need to achieve things, to prove things, or to create certain relationships in this world to feel that we have value. We come with a strong sense of value. We
Yes.
have so much sense of value that we are in ecstasy, and the only thing we can think about is to play. And this is the relationship we have with the world. We play with the world.
Yes, through enjoyment. But you see, I'm sure that there are so many people outside that they have achieved the dreams of their lives, which are some external achievements. And even if they are on the highest top level that they could achieve, they can feel that there is an emptiness inside. And I've been myself in this situation as well. And I think you too, because we all felt this self-value so important, and then we just crushed into discovering that even though we have so much outside, there is a silent, sad
Huge,
heart
huge gap,
inside.
huge hole, like a gap inside that is not. Yeah, something happened there. It is very, very interesting. We come to this world with this sense of I am amazing. I am so damn amazing that I can be naked, I can dance, I can say whatever I want, I can eat, not eat. That doesn't matter. I don't lose it. I don't lose this being amazing. And people around us enjoy when we are kids, and when we have kids, we enjoy this. And in some moment, we something happened, and we start condition this statement, and then it is, I am amazing if I have this. I am amazing if I have this relationship, or if I have this money, or if I have this toy, because we start with toys, or if I have this video game, or if I, and then we put the if,
Yes.
the if, and then we start creating. Yeah, I will tell you something story. Okay, this
Yes.
happened some weeks ago. I was talking to a kid, not a kid, 12 years old, a girl. No, was not exactly a kid, but young girl. She was coming out from dancing, ballet dancing classes, and I was asking her in the moment or in the conversation, what is that you like the most from the ballet classes? And she said, when they tell me that I do it right, that I do it properly. I was like, wow. When they tell me that I am right, that I'm doing it very well, then I enjoy. So then, yes, it happened. Then it's not anymore I'm amazing. Then it's I'm amazing when they tell me that I'm doing it right. Then I have to
Yes.
do it right.
Yes, yes, wow, that's so powerful to see how kids are just becoming to see themselves only through the eyes of their parents. And for little girls and also boys, they were keep telling us, don't be loud, don't be too much, don't express your emotions, don't bother others with your behavior. And so we just all the time try to see how others are perceiving us in order for us to take value for ourselves,
Feel worthy. Yes.
to feel worthy. It all
Yeah.
started with this, like, don't cry, don't be too much, don't be too loud.
Yeah. Be as we want you to be.
Yes,
Basically,
yes, yes. The if that you just said before, it's so important because it's like the condition. I like you, I love you, you are valuable only if you do the things that allow us to show you that you are fitting in. And for the parents as well, it's not how much they see you as a good girl, but how other parents and other person will see you, because then they will be in charge if you are not a good girl, a good boy. So it's all going like in a long circle. It's with no end.
yeah, yeah, this is the first place. Maybe this is the first place of the first way that we lose this unconditional sense of self worth is with the parent. It's not anymore, it is I am valuable if I am accepted by my parents, if I am a
Yes.
good guy. This is the seed of the good guy and the good girl.
Yes.
But it's super interesting what you say because in the same time, the parents they perceive their value through the opinion of what other parents will think, of what other people will say, of what other people in the family will think about the kids. So you see, everyone is starting to perceive their value through external things.
Yes. Absolutely. And I this is for less little girls and little boys, but then we go into the teenage age when our body starts to develop in some specific unique ways, and then people will, or even children, they will say something, notice something about your body, even you are too tall, too small, too fat, too skinny, you are too sexual, too you are something, it's with you. And so they will make comments about how your body look, and again we understand that it is about how we look, it's not about how we feel. Nobody ever will connect us or ask us how we actually feel. It's all about how we look externally. And then we're gonna go a bit more into our adolescent time, and we can see that the mother is maybe hiding some stuff from the father in order to keep the peace. And so again, we understand that it's better to compromise your own emotions and feelings just to keep the peace outside. And this is how we really cannot see ourselves directly ourselves, like to see ourselves
Yes,
directly how we are.
no. we
It's all the time.
we it's an indoctrination to see ourselves through some external situation or person, and
Yes,
to see our value through some. This morning,
yes.
actually, you were saying this. I met a good friend in the. Actually, it's a woman who's coming to the meditations, to our events here in Brussels, and she told me that now her son is receiving some critics in the school because he has long hair.
Mhm.
He's a young guy, like 12, 13 years old. He has long hair, and this is different. And exactly came to me, to my memory, when you were talking about this.
Yes, and can you imagine how much energy we are consuming just by all the time trying to understand the other's point of view about ourselves? This is so much energy to just get other one's point of view. It takes a lot from us
To keep
to
it, exactly.
to
To keep
to
it as we want them to
yes,
see us. To keep our
yes.
image, to keep our. Yes, exactly. So, yeah, like this is the topic of today, is to understand how we are unconsciously but willingly, because it is our will to give our value to our external world, and like this we lose. Yeah, and this is the point, Andrea, this is the point. What happened when I gave all my value to my relationship, or I gave all my value to how my family see me, or how my friends see me, or I gave all my value to my work, to my position, my career, and then we lose that. What happened then to our sense of value?
Yes, so we can only perceive ourselves if, or like perceive ourselves valuable and all right and worthy, only if this relationship goes well.
Stays
Only
and is there. Yes.
only if the parents like and love us. And so this is how we can never actually be secure on our own self-value, because these relationships can happen to go well or not. It doesn't always require you only. It's requiring all the time two persons or more elements. So you cannot be in control of this. So you might understand that even if you are doing great and you are a great person already because you are alive, this is already a big thing, and we should be worthy, feeling worthy just because we are alive. But it's like we are losing it this because we all the time try to see how others show up, how our relationship goes, and so we never get our self-worth in a
Yes.
secure place.
And then, or we become slaves. We become slaves of the relationship, or become slaves of, or the work position of the career, just not to face this emptiness of value
Mhm.
that we need to grow through if some of these elements disappear. And then you will see a lot of people out there, good souls, good people, that they invested all their value in these situations, and then they have, you said that you can have a breakup, or you can have a problem at work. Your company may go to bankrupt, and it's not
Yeah.
your fault, but you may lose the position in this moment. And in this moment, you may experience, yes, you may go through very, very difficult time in your life,
Yes.
like depression, very big suffering, emotional depression, to feel very low, very sad, feeling that you don't have worth, you don't have value, or something is like a piece of your life is missing, something like this.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and this is the consequence, yes, or and then you need to go through this phase and this pain to understand, to feel it in you and to heal it in you until you recover.
Yes, but I
Um,
think the way it's by going through it, as you just said, because we are conditioned already. It's not up to us to choose if we are like taking our self-value from external points of view or not. It's already ingrained in us. And so we might have self-value by just achieving more things or having a better relationship or something. But it's for us to go through it and see it for what it is, suffer it, and then we come back to ourselves, because this is the process to get the kick in the ass many, many times until you get back to you again and again and again. This is the whole process of coming back to yourself. And you can just do this if you get kicked. How else?
this is how life is helping you sometimes to
Yes.
realize to
Yes.
realize that you forgot about yourself.
Yes. Life is all the time making us aware of ourselves and that this is another part of you that needs love. And
There is a lot of spiritual people, and I have the motivation to do this video with you and to bring this topic, especially for them, for the spiritual people who are in this transition moment in which they are realizing that they are not their personalities, they are not their position at work, and they are not their relationship, and they are going through this space that it may be a bit difficult. I know you went through it, I went through it too. These moments in which your social personality is breaking, it is disappearing, and externally can be you have a big breakup, you have a big problem at work, or lose drive and you lose motivation, and there is a fundamental change in your life,
yes,
and you go through this kind of death process,
yes,
and in this death you feel like all your value is gone. And you said, so we need to go through this if we
yes.
want to be free.
Yes, I think it is a very important turning point in the life of any spiritual people out there. We all need to experience this, what we call shamanic death, is the death of the ego. When the ego and all that you knew that is the best of the best about yourself, you just discover that this is all fake and you don't find yourself anymore into the things that you were thinking that this is actually the higher. And it's painful, but it's a moment of big awakening. And I would like to hear from the people which are here with us to share what was for them this moment of awakening, the turning point from the matrix into back home to the soul. And I would like to ask you too, Pablo, what was for you? What was for you this moment? How was for you the awakening?
Yes, there were many moments in my process.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, because there were many of these, we call them initiations or turning points or quantum leaps. I had many of them, but there was one that was very clear because it was very. Some of them were internal, yeah, intimate from me. It was more difficult to explain them, but some
Yeah.
of them that were external too. For example, I was working for one of the most advanced research institutions in the world. I was working for the experiment in CERN here in Geneva. I was not working there. I was working in another research institution in Spain, but it was like a collaboration. I was going often to Geneva to the CERN. It was like an experiment that it was full of, how to say, um, fame. Everyone was talking about this, like it's the peak of the science during the first 10 years of the 2000. It was like the most important experiment. I was there working for 5 years in this experiment, and I could observe how, because by when I was there I was already aware, I was already working with the spirituality, and I was aware how all this place was giving me value. The only fact that I was there, it was providing me with this kind of value, acceptance, like some sort of power, a strange power. And I was, when I was going anywhere and I was saying, yeah, I work for CERN or for the CERN experiment, they were like, oh, wow, this guy. It was like a aura, this energy in the aura. Social aura is not the real aura, but
Yes.
the social aura. It was very, but in the end, I knew this was fake. I knew. And I could see how many of the people who were there, who were brilliant people, brilliant minds, I mean, like amazing, out of the scale, clever, very clever, smart people, but they became totally dependent from this energy, from this power, from this validation from the environment. And I could see that me, I could, if I would go in this direction, I would become dependent of this energy. I would become that I need this. I need to be here to feel worthy. I need to be here to feel that I am someone. I could see this spirit how it was growing in my life. Thanks God, it was a moment in my life I felt very clear I had to quit, and I quit it, and then I became shaman, facilitator, healer, and all the since 5 years old. Since 5 years ago, 5 years old, it would be amazing, like a new Jesus or something like this.
The baby of
The baby Jesus.
yes.
So I started in this moment, and then it was what was very interesting, Andrea. Here,
Mm.
I didn't feel it so much because I was aware in this moment of this game, but my environment, my family, my friends. When I said I'm quitting this and I'm starting my own journey as a spiritual healer, all the respect, yes, the respect. I respect you because you are here, and I talk about you with pride. I talk about you to my friends, to my family. Everyone was like this, especially my family was very proud of me. In this moment, all this value vanishes, like 100%. It was what I was going to do. Didn't. It was like with no value at all, zero. And then I
Yes.
realized in this moment how dependent they were of this validation from the system.
Mhm.
But then I entered in a new phase, and this is true. I need to confess this to you and to everyone who is watching this. Because when I quit and I started to my own business and my own journey, I started to struggle more with self-love, with self-worth, with confidence. Yeah. And I started to fight. I had to fight
Mm.
with doubt. I have to fight more with second thoughts. And I started to wonder, how is possible me that I managed to give this step? That I managed to realize all this game of energy, dependencies, and all this, that I am aware of this, but sometimes I feel I am less confident than before.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes. It sounds like it is a big, you are not socially approved. When you are
Yes.
not socially approved, it feels like you are again going against the whole crowd. And there is this big resistance in which you find yourself that actually you are alone in this. And you are not having this company in which, oh, we are all the same, so we are fine, even if we are not. And so it's so powerful that your story was really in a moment when I feel like you were very aware, like to really catch all this from such a spiritual point that this makes you to be attached about the external ways and that you take a lot of value
Yeah.
out of
I,
this. It's a big level of awareness already.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
realized I was aware, but I had struggle. I had a struggle with what you say, because then it's not anymore. We use this word, the Gregor. Yes, the
Mhm.
Gregor. Eh? So when I was in this institution playing this role, I was receiving energy from this egregor, from the
Yes.
egregor of the institution, the administration. But when you go alone, the same, if you are in a company and you are in a good position, you receive energy from the egregor. If you are, let's say, in a family, it's the same. You have a strong family, you have a strong sense of family, and everyone approves you and validate you, you receive energy from the egregor of the family. But when you stand and you say, I'm going to follow my own path, then these egregors, they stop feeding you. You don't feed on these systems anymore because you realize that this system actually they are rotten.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are destroying the soul of the people. So you say, okay, I go following my heart, but then you don't receive this energy anymore. And this is the big thing. Then you need to learn how to create this energy by yourself.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for sharing that. Very beautifully said. Exactly. The moment in which there is nobody out there. You are you and your own, on your own, and your own energy that comes only from within. This is the whole focus. Like going from external only for what is inside. This is a powerful moment. Yes, and
And yes, and painful too. Yeah, it's
painful,
a
of
painful
course.
transition. Like you know too, you went through this process too. There is
Yes,
a process in the transition that you may feel very lost and with no energy, with no confidence, with a lot of doubts. You
yes.
know, you had similar
Yeah,
experiences.
yeah. For me was something similar, like really having it all in terms of I've been a teacher, I've been in the most prestigious kindergarten in my city. I have done like the best degrees in everything, the best diplomas. I studied as a psychologist. I had my master degree in psychology. I was the secretary of the headmaster. Doing I was the second most important person in this institution. Everybody adored me. The children adored me. So many parents adored me. I was like the highest top level ever in my life, in my 20s. And it was a place where everyone wanted to be there. I had a permanent post in this school, so I was having lots of exams and inspections. I had the highest grade because in Romania there are some 3 grades to be seen as a teacher, and so I had the highest one. I had the best position that you can imagine in the educational system. When I just realized that with all this in my heart, I'm feeling so alone and I'm playing so many roles which I need to feed them with energy constantly because this is not who I am. And actually who I wanted to be, it was never good because I've been this wild woman, really loving to dance and to be in ecstasy. And this was like seen like too much. I needed to pretend that I'm a saint and I have it all together and I'm just this great role model for the kids, but the kids they were not okay for them to have fun, just to learn more again. And so it was this moment in which I realized that I am empty inside myself, even though I'm having the best life on paper. And I sat with me and I've done the first meditations on YouTube. And I could feel some tinglings in my body, something awaken inside myself. And I was, wow, I love this. I want to go for this. And so it was the moment when I really had a conflict inside the institution, inside the kindergarten. They were keep wanting me to go to the museum with the children, even though they knew everything about this museum. And I wanted to do something else with them, which was more enjoyable in nature, dance and stuff. And they just didn't allow me. And I said, you know what? Oh, fuck this kindergarten. And I just left and I said to myself, I'll go to the UK and I will only meditate. This is going to be my journey. And so this is how I started. And of course, my mom, she was investing all her money all these years until like my first degrees, until I've been a master in, I got the master diploma. So she was really supporting and investing a lot of money inside this process. And she was really upset with me. She told me in that moment that if I will quit this and I will not be a teacher anymore, she will never give me any money in my life. And she was like very radical. And my father was telling me, what is this? You want to go to London? And London was like seen like all kind of drugs and stuff, like not what it should be. And he was like, you want to just go there and maybe have some fun, and maybe you are going to get in troubles with some gangs and stuff. And then he saw me that I'm doing retreats and going with Alexander in the mountain, beating the drum. And he was just calling me like, you are in a secta and I don't know what's wrong with you, but you are just not in the right path. Look what you have left and where you are now. And I could feel how I'm losing all this respect, all this value that they could see me.
Validation.
Self
Yes, yes.
validation. Yes, yes,
It was the first. It was the first one, that the first projection we have from the
yes,
parents to
yes,
be validated by them.
yes, yes. And then my friends were, what is this? What are you doing? Why you don't have a job? This was such a big problem because I really invested all my energy into creating the life that I'm dreaming of and giving circles, retreats, and not going to work. This was the highest level for me. And I was into this, and nobody out there validated. It was like, I'm lost. I'm completely lost. If I don't have even a job, it's like, it's really bad.
Yes. So
Yeah.
this
So
is yes.
something that we all have to pass through, something that we all have to pass.
This is yeah. This is. Thank you for sharing. Very
Yeah,
beautiful
thank you.
and powerful, and thank you for having the courage to go through this, because this is what makes you free as you are now, and what
Yeah.
makes you able to actually guide your circles and your retreats now, because you know how to go you went through the gap, so now
Yes.
you can take people through this
Yes.
bridge to cross this in a safe way, in a protected way, so they don't need to suffer so much. So
Yes.
thank you very
Yes.
much for sharing.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much for your courage. It is
Thank you.
amazing. And yes, we need to I wanted to bring this because to realize, even though if you look the most confident, powerful person in society with a great position and a great recognition and fame and all this. If you become dependent on the system and you want to really be free, you will have to go through this experience of losing value. It
Yeah.
feels like losing value. It feels like losing confidence. You may feel in this moment how you feel. With a lot of doubts of yourself, with a lot of
Yeah.
second thoughts, and you cannot even. People ask you, but what are you going to do with your life? And you are teaching. I will do retreats, and I
Yes.
don't know. It's difficult even to say
Yes.
when we started to offer these services, it was difficult even to explain what I was doing. People was coming and asking, but what are you doing? We sit there, we have a presentation, later we have a
Yes.
meditation, but it was difficult even to say my truth, because
Yeah.
there were amazing things happening, but it was difficult even to express it. You go through a place of yes, exactly, where there is no confidence anymore. You may experience that you don't have so much confidence, but actually, what is happening in this moment is a transition. in which you are learning to live from your energy, from your truth, to take the energy from your purpose, from your own intention, from your own desire, which is coming back to this inner child who was living like this, enjoying his energy with no need of a validation, which is playing with the toys and so on.
Yes, yes. Very inspiring for others, though. So these people who were with you in your old path, this will judge you, this will reject you, this will try to keep you with them, because that means that they are not right. If you are okay, that means that they are not okay. And but in the same time, there are these other people, new people in your life. You'll just discover this is your soul tribe. These are the people who can see you for what you are and what you bring in the world. And the courage that you just shared is so beautiful to see that a person has the courage to follow their hearts and their calling. And so these people who are on the spiritual path, they will resonate with your soul. They will wanna follow this model. And I feel like this is the biggest inspiration that we can bring by just being ourselves, fully truthful to our needs, our values, and to inspire people to do the same. Because this is the most important. At the end of the day, you are you and yourself, and how much you stand for your values and for your purpose and your mission, which always comes from your heart, never from what it was already done outside.
How you dealt in your past with the people who didn't accept you anymore, friends, people that in some moment you felt some people they had to go from your life, they had to disappear.
Yes, you see, for me it was kind of easy because I left everything behind. I left my country, I left all my friends, I left my family, I left my apartment, I left everything to just follow this. So I felt such a deep calling inside me, and it was so obvious for me that what it was given as a social path didn't work. And so I was so convinced in this that I was just following my heart fully. And with my mom, for example, with my parents, they were still there, but I needed to I took a break. I mean, I took distance, and I did not allow them to influence me in any way for a period of time until I healed myself enough, and then I could go back and recreate this connection. But I felt like taking distance and coming back to myself again and again, it was the best thing to do. How
Very
about
nice.
you, Pablo?
Very nice. I will tell you, but I like very much what you said. I want to go through it and to integrate it a bit because I like
Mhm.
it very much. You took a bit of time for you, like
Mhm.
space, you create a space, you went, you left, you went to a different place, but in the same time, you didn't cut. You said once in a while you were coming back and you were from another place recreating or creating another
Yes,
kind of relationship without breaking, without,
yes,
let's say, aggressivity or judgment, just to give, but you protected your boundaries, your space, but
yes.
in the same time, you were open to come, to connect, to exchange.
Yeah, yeah. And what was the best help for me, it was the spiritual community, the circle, the Wow Academy. For me, it was very good to have these supportive people who were going towards the same purpose
That's
of
why we are here,
discovering
because Wow
themselves.
Academy, that's why we met,
Yes,
that's why we are doing
yes.
this. Yes, yes,
Yes,
exactly.
yes. For me, it was so good to have somebody that believed in me, somebody that wasn't see me like the wrong one, the black sheep or anything like this. It was we are brothers and sisters, and we go together towards something higher that we all know society will not understand it. And also the spiritual knowledge and the spiritual practice, who for me made lots of sense, and the connection with the divine, the prayers, the confessions, the opening of the soul in front of somebody. That were the moments in which I deeply found a higher connection with my higher self and the divine, because there was nobody there. And so when it's nobody there, you're gonna find the source more.
Yeah, this amazing, amazing what you are sharing, because I find it very useful, for the people who are going through this to understand. You can do it first setting boundaries, which
Yes,
is very important, setting boundary and distance for you to be with yourself. In the same time, to keep an open heart without judging the people, even if they are not supporting you or connecting you so much like before, not to close your heart for them. And I agree with this very much, because in the end, the connection with friends and family, it is important. It is important. It is not
yes,
about breaking with them, because they are souls, they are good souls. It's about becoming free from any kind of
yes,
dependencies,
yes.
toxic relationship.
Yes, and actually, the whole journey, it was going back to inside myself, in my community, in my practice, in God, and then staying here for enough time, which I felt that this is enough, and then go back and reconnect and trying again. And then I was thinking to myself, oh, I feel like I'm
I'm
ready now.
ready.
It's
I'm
done.
ready to come back for holidays, for
Yes,
Christmas, and
yes,
then you
yes.
come back.
And you just go and take another piece of work and you
Yeah,
come
yeah,
back into your space and you do your healing, and you just go back and take more, and just this, like, bit by bit, it's done. Maybe it will take years to really have a healthy
yeah, yeah.
relationship with your parents, but the fact that it's possible and it's proven is already empowering, and we know that it's possible. So I really encourage everyone to stay with an open heart, because these parents, they are loving us, and these expectations and the self-worth that they are seeing in us is because they love us really, but they just have the
Yes.
social mentality, and we are not there anymore. But from a social point of view, this is love.
Yeah, this is how it is expressed in society. We
Yes,
can teach them this a different way, teach them to look into ourselves, to look into themselves like this. And you
yes.
said the element, the spiritual drive,
Wow.
practice, and the teachings. This help you to go through this transition.
Very
Yes.
much, very much, very, very much. And relationships with souls like you that are going towards something else, that it's already in society. This is very important. That's why I created sisterhood. That's why I go to all the retreats Alexander does from our Wow Academy.
These
Yes,
retreats keep us full of energy, motivation, clarity. Some weeks ago, I was in there with you actually in UK. We went to this amazing shamanic festival in Glastonbury in Somerset, and there was a big tribe of shamans there, like 70 participants from all around UK, Scotland, and some from other places in Europe. And what I felt, we had amazing workshops, practices, sharing moments there in nature, in amazing setup. They are doing this since 19 years ago. But the last day, when we were sitting there and we were sharing what is the conclusion of this retreat or this festival and what is going to come now, I started to realize that some of them, they were a bit worried. They were suffering because they had to come back. They had to come back to the city, to the everyday life. Many of them, they were shamans and they were practicing, but they were not having a life like us that is fully dedicated to this. They were working in the office, working for companies, and they were suffering exactly from this lack of self-worth when you appear from the society point of view, when you appear in society and you don't match anymore, you don't meet anymore these standards, and you don't know how to talk through this. It was very funny because these guys, they were calling them the muggles. You, to the people who were not in spirituality, this is from, I think, Harry Potter, from these movies. They were in the Harry Potter, they were calling the muggles the people who didn't know how to make magic. Because like, and the rest of the magicians were the normal magicians, and the muggles were the normal human beings who didn't know how to make magic. Here they had this small joke, calling the muggles like the people who were not open for spirituality, for shamanism, for all this. But there was some of them that were suffering because of this, and I didn't say because it was not the right place. It was not the right moment to say, but I felt it. What these people need is this community, like a
Mm,
more stable community where you can be in touch not once a year or once in a while with the truth and with people like you that they are walking this path, like you can be connected all the time, because otherwise the pool of society is very big, and the tendency to see yourself with no value if you don't meet the standards of society and the environment, this is a huge pull,
yes.
gravitation, huge pull of energy, and it's super super easy if you are not. How are the standards? If you are not beautiful enough,
Yes.
if you are not valuable, if you don't have money enough,
Yes. If you don't
if
have a good job,
if you don't have a good job, a good car, a good
yes.
house,
A
if
nice partner.
yes, of course, if you don't have an amazing, handsome boyfriend,
Yeah.
husband, wife, whatever,
Yeah. That also has a good position.
a good position with a good salary, and this is intellectual, reading good books. If you don't have, how is this? This is very common, likes, also in the social
Oh,
media.
wow.
If
What
you
a
don't have
point you
the
touched.
if you yes,
Wow.
we
Yes.
now we are reaching the mid. That's why I tell
Yes.
you we need to come with open heart and compassion, because we are going
Yes.
to talk about social media and likes. That's why we need forgiveness.
I have to confess that last year I was so much into the social media. I was posting. This was my only way that I realized after the social media was the only way that I could get some social approval. And I was posting, and then after a while I was watching likes, I was watching how many comments, I was watching how many views, and then I realized that I'm getting upset in case that things, the numbers are not the ones that I was expecting. And I could see how much I am attached by how the others see me on social media. And I was needing to take 1 or 2 months break, like full break out of this fully, because I really needed to come back to myself. It was such a wow, it was such a big problem, this one for me. I see it everywhere, and I feel like the children of today's, which they are so much into the social media. I don't know if you see this documentary about the adolescent. So is this guy which is going to some really big problems. He killed somebody, like another guy in the school, and he was in front of the psychologist for many, many meetings. And in the end, when this finished, his only problem was if she likes him. He was like desperately asking, but do you like me? But at least do you like me? So he was not concerned that he killed somebody. He was not concerned of nothing that he'd done. He was just concerned if at least this psychologist that he really opened up
Yes,
and
he
talked
wanted
so
to be
much.
liked. He
Yes,
wanted to be liked. Very this.
everything is about likes. And was another period in my life which makeup was such a big thing. I remember I've been one day in kindergarten with no makeup at all. And one kid saw me and he was like, "What is with your face? Why you are wearing a mask?" And I was, "What? Actually, this is my face. I'm not having makeup now, and he really thought that I'm wearing a mask when I have no makeup. And the next day, the mother of this child came and she was like, what theater have you played yesterday? Because he was keep sharing to me the whole day that you've been and you had the mask on your face. And I did not had makeup. It was such a big hit I've got from this child. And I realized that I don't like myself with no makeup. I really did not like myself. And the moment that I quit this social stuff, I started spirituality and I was totally going on the other side. No makeup at all. No makeup, like not even a little bit. And I was making videos and posting pictures with myself on social media with no makeup at all because I really want to break this fully. And after years of doing this, I'm now coming back to makeup from such a beautiful balance point of view because I'm doing this in a way of a ritual, like how the priestesses were doing. They were putting themselves in a higher state by using makeup. It's not because I don't like myself. I'm doing it because I want to put myself in a higher state. I already like myself, but this is a way of like empowering, like a priestess,
Yes,
like
yes,
a shaman.
it's a feminine way. We
So,
are. This is very good you say because we are working with the feminine a lot, and there
mhm,
is this practice. This is specifically to make up,
yes,
to take to make the makeup to you, and it's a feminine practice. But this is what you say. I tell you because this morning I was in the park was thinking about this exactly this thought came. It's not
good.
about the performance and it's not about the result. It's about the time that you give to yourself with love.
Yes. Yes, Pablo, you nail it. That's it. That's it. How much value you offer to yourself, not because you have to impress the partner, not because you have to impress your audience. It's just because you have to impress yourself about yourself. This is the whole point.
This is called self-care. Self-care is a ritual of self-care. It's a feminine ritual of self-care that is totally distorted, twisted in
Yes.
society because it's not
Yes.
anymore about this. It's about how, not even how you look like, how others see you, how others look
Yes.
at you, how others think that you look like. It's not about how you look like anymore.
Yes.
Even if you like how you look like, it's about how others and how society will like you. Yeah, this example you gave is very extreme with the kid, but it shows the truth
Yes.
of where if you stretch this way of living to the end, you arrive to this kind of psychopathy, to this kind of total
Yes. Yes.
separation, like how is it called when you separate from your experience fully, like
Distortion, disconnection.
yes, disconnection. Like now it doesn't come the word to me, but you
Mm-hmm.
understand what
Yes.
dissociation from the
Dissociation. Yes,
you
yes, yes.
dissociate fully from the experience, and then you lose total empathy and like this.
Yes, yes, yes. And I was just aware of this kid, how he was hitting inside me the the most big weakness that I had, the biggest weakness that I have about how I look. And the moment I got into this other side and I really wanted to value myself from what I was, I decided that I'm not going to wear makeup. And imagine how these people will see me. I was just thinking of how these people from Facebook and social media will see me. She was the prettiest girl in the world. She had the best position she could ever had. She had her car, she had her apartment, everything on her name. And look at her now. She doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't have a job.
She
She is
went to
now,
drugs.
yes, yes, she's going in the mountains. She doesn't even have the most beautiful boyfriend. I think they were like, they couldn't understand me. My headmaster, she really hold my my place for 3 years in a row. She was keep telling me, Andrea, we are waiting for you back. She really thought that something went off wrong with me, and I will pass this period of madness, and I
Yes,
will
yes,
come
yes.
back.
You will come
But
into sense. It didn't happen. It won't happen. You can keep it
yes,
for 10 years, you tell her.
yes, it's now 10 years after, and I'm just wanting to go deeper into it. It's the best
Yeah.
thing I ever done. So if anyone is at the edge of being with one leg into the social and one leg in spirituality, I deeply encourage you to go full on. It's really worth it. It's the best thing that you could do for yourself, to follow your heart, to follow your values, to value your purpose and all that you feel inside of you that it's lighting up and give you a life again. This is everything that we should go for in
Yeah,
life.
the
Whatever
freedom.
gives us life back into
The,
our bones and our heart.
yes. Yeah. So even this is the thing. Even you and me, we have been in this path for many years. We are fighting and facing this bad spirit in society all the time.
Yes.
All the time. You said with social media, with the results in our businesses, with money, with relationship, the tendency to project our value to circumstances and to facts around us is all the time there, the pull, because 95, 98, 99.9% of the world of humanity is doing this. So this
Mhm.
created a global tendency to do this all the time. That's why is
Yes.
the tribe, the master, the teacher, and the constant practice, spiritual practice, has to be there. For example, for us, we can go through many identifications and attachments, and they go out because this is the process. The more we try to be free, the deeper identifications and attachments they go to the surface.
Yeah.
And then in 4 or 5 days we will take a flight, we will meet in Romania, we will have a retreat with our teacher, Northern Alexander. And these retreats are like reboots, reboots. The reboot when you make the laptop from the scratch, from the factory reboot. So we go there and we have real moments of cleansing and pure total connection with the self. And this is what we
Yes.
are doing in our retreats. That's why we are all the time going to retreats with Alexander and organizing our own retreats and events, because we need so much to come back to the essence, even if it is for 10 minutes, to remember and to feel this light and this value in us, this power in us, that is not coming through an object or through something around us, that is coming from our center. If you feel experience this even 1 minute, you in this moment you become a free human being. You are one step closer to become fully free if you realize this energy within yourself. One very good way is what you said, the practices. The practices are amazing. The practices are amazing because
Yeah.
the usual way we get energy, how it is, we take a coffee, yeah, or we are a bit like with no passion, we are a bit low, we take a sweet, something like this. This is the tendency. We watch a movie, something, we look for something from around to give us energy. And yes, sometimes we take coffee. I take coffee. I mean, it's not like
Yeah.
we don't do it bad. In the spiritual practice, it's different. You enter in a space that you do something that maybe is not very pleasant, because you need to stretch your body, and you need to stretch the, like in yoga, or to make strong movements like in
Esoteric
esoteric
martial art.
martial arts that we are doing, or you need to go to the cold water, or to walk for 8 hours in the nature. But after this, you have more energy. You
Yeah.
rest, or it can be when you go to the gym and you work out. After this, after the practice, this is a key element. The practice is so important. The practice to create the mindset of freedom in us, because after you do this, and the practices are very simple. You don't need outfit. You don't need anything. You do it with your body and your breath. Your body and your breath. Ultimately, you do it only with your consciousness. After this, you feel great. You feel great. You feel with more energy, with more vitality, with more confidence, with more sense of self, with more value, more worth, and you do it, and it's coming from inside. This is the tool action, the spiritual practice,
Yes,
the spiritual
yes.
practice.
You said it so nicely. This is the discipline in which you understand that you can bring yourself to a higher level of state by just using your own inner resources, nothing from externally. And this is with every practice, every single hour, it's bringing you back to understand that actually you are so valuable. Your breath is so valuable, and everything else that you can move your body, that you can focus to stay concentrated, that you can fight from within, all these things are the most valuable things. And it seems to the society that to just be able to breathe is it is
It's
like
irrelevant. It's
nothing,
irrelevant. When
nothing.
you say, "Oh, what a nice breathing I had," never, and you would die.
Never,
you, you would
never.
die if you couldn't breathe it. Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
you come to understand that the most irrelevant things are your highest powers and
Yes.
the highest tools to raise your awareness and your state of joy and happiness by just being present with yourself. And this is how you get back your self value. This is how you understand that just by being alive, you are on its own a valuable being.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so we don't need to necessarily accomplish anything to have something necessary as long as we have our breath and our body and the power to concentrate.
Yes,
It's
and
perfect.
the willpower, because of course the pleasant is to take the coffee or to watch the movie. To actually enter in the spiritual practice, you need to have willpower, determination. You need to have knowledge that for this you need a tribe, because the tribe help you to do this again and again with your breathing in a practice. You can release. You can connect with your emotions. You can release tension from the muscles, tension from the chest, from the throat. You can go deep in a meditation. You can heal yourself. You can do many things. You can open your heart using only your breathing. Now I want to share something with you. I will do in some days, in some 2 months, we'll have special events here in Brussels. It's a dancing event, and we once in a while, you know, this event. Once in a while, we organize this dancing chakra dance. This time will be
Yes.
dancing with the planet.
Very
It is,
sweet topic.
yeah, it is very nice. We will have music with the planets and we will dance. In the essence, it's simple. What you are doing is freely moving your body. It's not like. And in
Yes.
these dancing events, such a magic happen. Such a release. Some people, they just go to cry. Some people in the beginning they try to move and they cannot even move. They cannot even move because of the contractions of all the body and the shame. And then I cannot be different. I cannot have play another personality, and they eventually break and go to cry and release a lot of emotion. Some other people enter in ecstasy. Some people fall in love. Some people fall in love in the session. In the end of the session, it happened a couple of times. Some people connect and there is love between them. Like you can feel that there is this magic between them. Like this, with these very simple practices, we come closer to this understanding, to shift this and to overcome this lack of self-worth or this emptiness of value by building ways where you become powerful, vital. It's not like before how it was someone comes to you and tells you, "Oh, Andrea, you did very well," and you feel good. It's not
Yes.
fake. This is real. Eh? Is you did it well. Your boss come. Oh, you did it well, Andrea. Or your partner comes. Oh, Andrea, I love you so much. I couldn't live without you, right? You perceive like this, but like this you become dependent. In the other way, you can arrive to the same feeling using your own energy and your own movement and your own body and your breathing, and This is this is freedom. This is the tool actually to go through this difficult period of lack of self-worth when we quit society or when we drop the social personalities that we are feeding on.
Yes, yes. You just touched the hottest piece of advice. Like you just shared how beautiful it is to come back to your own body, own emotion, own mind, own heart. This is everything. This is everything. And this is how we understand that not only us, we are valuable because we are humans. The fact that we are human is a valuable thing, but other human beings are valuable because they are humans. And so just this simple thing being a human, it's big, so big. We are just forgetting how big it is because we get caught in this social point of view. But whenever we go back into some retreats or events like you are doing the chakras dance and you connect soul to soul with somebody, you can feel the grace and the greatness of the soul by just being here on earth. It's so big. It's so big. We come back to basics, which are the body, the mind, the heart, the emotions. And this is the power on its own, the God on earth.
Yes. You arrive this completion. I want to share something with you. I want
Yes.
to share something with you. Because one of my most difficult conflicts I had to face when I was going through this transition in my life to realize that wait a moment, I've been stealing value from my environment all my life through everything that I was doing. Everything. It was to comply with the standards, to meet the requirements of my family, to get validation, to get money. So everything I was doing, everything. This is very hard to recognize. But everything I was doing,
Mm-hmm.
it was to get value, the value that I was lacking inside. So it was to get this value, everything. Then when I started to stop, I said, wait a moment, being with girlfriends was for me to get value, to going out, parties, to have romances, for me to get value. Then when I realized this, I had this question. I asked myself, okay, so if I don't do it for value, what I'm going to do now? Is there anything for me to do in this world? So, so
Yes.
it was so much, so deep, acting just to get this value and approval, validation, achievement, or to receive this, that I couldn't imagine a life, and I know because I'm working with this here with people in the retreats, in the coaching, in the events. I know we are working with this to create a new way of doing that is not to create value anymore. It's not to receive. It's not from the poverty program of I don't have and I need to receive and I'm going to build my life just to receive what I lack,
Mm-hmm.
which is what we are doing overall and generally, acting all the time, building things, creating things just to cover the lack that we have inside.
Yes.
And then it comes this question. It means that we will do nothing. Let's
Mm.
say we find this point. Let's say we find this point, this point of light and worth and value and power inside ourselves. It means we will do nothing in the world.
Mm. First of all, thank you for sharing so profoundly from your heart and from your life. And I feel like most people are in this position that we are doing all that we are doing for just for value, and that's it. And we actually don't know what to do. If not this, what?
Yeah,
And
exactly. What if we have value? What to do? Why to do?
yes, yes. It's just when your cup is full and you follow something higher, this higher purpose will give you a mission. This higher power will give you a mission, will give you something specifically unique for you to bring into the world as a way to express your soul and as a way to become a channel of something big, something high, something that it's not about yourself, but it's about the community. It's about leaving behind you an inheritance of something beautiful. Maybe it's a new way of living. Maybe it's a new way of loving. It doesn't have to do something outside like a big house or a villa. It's about redefining some ways in which you relate, and all this will go to our next generations. If we can heal something in ourselves, then all the people who are going to follow us, they are going to have this ingrained in their hearts and in their body. And so I feel like if we don't need to have value, and we don't do this because we need to have value, then we are going to do things because we want to offer value. We want to give value. Because if you have something,
You want to share it.
the most natural thing is to share it. And so we want to share the love that we could acquire for ourselves, the connection that we could acquire with a higher power. Whatever we acquired in ourselves, it's the path to bring it into the world as well. Because what is given to us in the social, in the spiritual path, is not for ourselves, never only for
No, no, it's
ourselves.
to
It's
serve
for
and
the
other
world.
things from the environment, from the people. Yeah, for me, it comes to this question is very strong in the mind. Okay, I know many people, they are in some way, they may be even panicking. So what it is going to be my life, because before it was about value, chasing value all the time in external. If this is not there, then what? But this is from the mind, and it's super curious. When we go to these retreats, when we go to the retreats with our teacher or our own retreats, and we spend 4 or 5 days doing practices, intense practices, rising the energy, rising the vitality, the creativity, the freedom, the power, the confidence. At the point that all these qualities, we have them inside, fully developed in this moment, okay? The last thing we do in all our retreats is to prepare a purpose. And then you are full of desire to do things. There is no way that you come back from one of the retreats and you are depleted, or you are bored, or you are, oh, I am fulfilled, leave me alone.
Yes.
Don't talk to me, I go to the room, I am fulfilled. No way. No way.
Mm-hmm.
When you are in this state of energy, you just want to. This is
Yes.
the most crazy thing that the mind cannot catch this. The mind says, okay, but if you already have all this value, why you will do anything if you have what you need? But this is the ego talking. When you
Mm-hmm.
have all this power and confidence and energy and vitality, you said so. You want to share it, you want to express it, and it will be natural. You won't need even to think about that. You want it,
Yes.
and then you can come back to the kids. The kids, really, really, children, when they are 4, 3 to 5 to 6 years old, they are in this state. They are not
Yes.
chasing any value, and they don't stop. They are full of value and joy and enthusiasm. That's why they don't stop. That's why
Yes.
they are driving everyone crazy, because this state is the most fertile. Can I say this in English? Fertile,
Yes.
like
Yes.
more productive, the more with the state with the highest potential to create anything.
Yes.
This state
Yes.
of
Yes, there is
full.
no way to have lots of energy inside of you and to don't use it externally,
Yeah,
to don't share it,
exactly.
because then you will
Yes.
just go. Only a depressed person will isolate himself in the house and not share. The more energy you have and the best way that you can feel about yourself, you just want to go and share it as a child wanting to play. Very nice, you said. Yes.
And then we come
Yes.
back to our lives, and then we have plans, and then it's not anymore about chasing value. It's about enjoying. It's
Yeah.
about playing.
Yes.
It's about
Yes.
playing. It's about playing
Yes.
again
It,
with the world.
yes. And inspiring others to get in touch with themselves, guiding people to come back home to their own self-worth and self-love. The most beautiful parts in my life right now are the moments in which I can witness women crying out of love because for the first time they could met this inner girl or the most sensitive part of them and they could hold this in love. So I was just experienced this week from two girls, two women that I worked with one to one. They were so transformed, so much in love with themselves. They were totally new people. And the moment that they could feel this energy and love inside them, they were sharing, I just want to help others feel like this. And I said, you see, exactly this is it. We are doing here 12 weeks of a program, but imagine in years of doing this, how much you want to offer, how much you want to share yourself, share your heart, share your knowledge, your energy for people to rise into something that you know and you've seen it in so many other people that this is so good, so good. Yes, it's magical.
Beautiful,
It's
beautiful.
magical this.
Today I was reading the book, our book from the teachings from Altai, and I
Mhm.
found this quote who said, "If you really want something for you, you want it for everyone in the world. This is the
Yes.
sign you really want it, and it's exactly what you're sharing.
Yes.
And when you arrive to the truth of what your soul wants, you realize that you want it for everyone, and then you
That's
you
beautiful.
you give it. Then what to do? You give it in the way that you
Yes.
can, depending of your individuality, circumstances, your skills, your gift. You give it.
Yes. Yes. Yes, and it's the most fulfilling thing. You don't have to earn something, you don't have to prove something. You just fulfill your heart by seeing other hearts fulfilled by your work. It's very profound. It's very profound. I wish the world will function this way instead. Imagine how this world will be if everyone will share what was the most touching for their hearts.
If everyone would
Wow.
set their purpose and their intention in life and their goals in such a state of enthusiasm and fulfillment, because this is the key, and we talk a lot about this in the shamanic tradition, how important is in the moment that you choose your purpose and your goals, you should be in a very high state of energy, because if you are in a state of lack, in a state of scarcity, if the poverty program took over you, where you are going to set goals that they are connected with this kind of chasing value, chasing value in things,
Yeah.
chasing value in things outside. So that's why it's so important the goals. And guys, if you are listening to this, remember this: the goals for your life, the big purposes of your life. Find them when you are in a higher state. Commit to them when you are in a higher state of energy. This when for this, go to a retreat, go to nature, do something different, practice, and put yourself in a pilgrimage. We are doing many pilgrimages exactly to this, to arrive to this state of, I don't know how to explain it. In the shamanic tradition, we call it the upper world. You are
Yes.
full with filled
Overflowing.
of
Yes.
enthusiasm, creativity, positivity. In this state, okay, it is true. Maybe you cannot keep it for all your life, this state. Hey, but you have it, maybe for 1, 2 days, for 1 week. This is the moment for you to realize what you want. It's in a frame, to make a vision board and to remember there is where I want to go, and it's a abundant based purpose because I set it in a moment of abundance. I set it in a moment in which I am fully connected with my self-worth. So it is a purpose that will take me there. All my being,
Yes,
all my being will take me there. So I can crystallize this state in me because in the beginning we don't have it all the time. We create it with effort, with intention, but then we come back to society and then we have fluctuations, we have changes, we have.
yes, yes. This is very beautiful to have in mind for all our goals to really come from a place of abundance, not from a place of scarcity. And this is how also our podcast started. It started in the retreat where we were just meeting each other and we just felt, oh, I feel like we're gonna do something together. And we both said, okay,
Did.
let's put the intention until the end of the retreat to know what it is this that we want to do together. And at the end of one retreat, we were just laying on the beach next to the sea.
Yes.
You were about to record a video and you just called me, Andrea, would you like to do a video? I said yes. We've done it, and we said, that's it, this is what we're gonna do, this is what it
Yes.
should come true, a
It came,
podcast.
if I remember properly, it came in the end after one retreat in the beginning of the
Yes,
next
of the
one,
other,
that
yes,
we already have this energy and this higher state in the beach.
yes,
And I remember when we finished, everyone was laughing around us.
yes,
Out of the energy we created with the conversation, with everything, everyone started to laugh around the beach. It
yes.
was a very good sign. It's
Hmm.
very good that you bring this example
Yes,
because
yes,
exactly like this we
yes.
started.
Yes, and after the second retreat, so this was at the beginning of the second retreat, Olympus Mountain, and then we came down the mountain and we had it already. How it's going to happen?
Yes.
You put up the project already, and there was everything on the laptop. It was so powerful. So this whole conversations that we are doing here are out of exactly the
Yes, what we are
overflowing
sharing.
energy
Yes.
that you are just sharing about really putting goals when you have a very high state.
Walk, how is called? Walk what you
Be.
give, or walk what you be. No, I don't know how to say this. It was like whatever you are talking about, walk what you talk, something like this.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Walk your talk, or talk you
Walk your
walk,
talk. Uh-huh.
something like this.
Like be what
Yes,
you say.
yes, exactly, like
Yes.
this. Yes, yeah, very nice, very nice. And this is to tell you, to tell ourselves, and to tell everyone that there is another way to live this life, which is not chasing value and chasing validation from the environment. There is another way to live that is with purpose, with motivation, with passion. That is more similar to playing than performing. While you,
Yes.
yes, you are engaged in the world, and in this engagement, yes, sometimes you need to confront attachment, identification, because the identification with the society is very deep, has many layers.
Yeah.
But yes, there is another way to live. That is not
Yes.
chasing all the time after the recognition of the people, after the recognition, the value from society, after things, after.
Yes.
There is another way. Even though sometimes it looks like it's impossible, and if you quit society, it means you will go to a very dark place, empty of value. It is not true.
It is
It is not
not
true.
true. Actually, you are going to come back to the self and to see yourself through the eyes of the divine, to the eyes of a higher power, and to take value on how much you could be this higher power, how much you could bring this love to the people, to yourself. This is the real value.
Yes, and become free like this. to become free from all this. Then you see there are masters who they had nothing, they were poor, they were
Yeah.
happy, they were like kings, they were literally like kings. They were masters like Buddha who left everything and he went alone. He was in peace. He was like a king. There are other masters that they are in society and they play the rule of society. They have money, they have wealth, they have many things, but they are not happy because of this. They are using this as tools in society to help others.
Yeah.
But they are, for example, Osho was very, very strong and has a lot of power and money and all this. But he was not attached to this. He was not identified.
Yes.
There is, I have here some screen. So there is this way to be free, and it still doesn't mean that you will be out, that you will be excluded, or you will be cut from society, or you will do nothing, or something like this. It's a
Yes, you will
true, true
actually
liberty.
find your tribe and find your soul mission. Yes. Yes.
Very nice, Andrea. Very nice. Very nice. Very amazing journey. Very amazing. I want to ask you to make, to close this
Mhm.
conversation, this podcast, to make your conclusion if you want, and your
Yes.
message to speak it out there for the people.
Yes. I wanted to share that self-worth is this silent inner knowing that who you are and what you already are from the moment that you came here on earth until today, it is sacred. It's already enough, that there is nothing to prove, there is nothing to earn. It's just pure love that you got for yourself and compassion for yourself and your journey, and to don't really care about what others are telling you, and to stop seeing yourself through the eyes of others, to just realize that you are so beautiful, that you are so pure, and that you are here for a higher purpose than just to play the roles of the society. And you are not alone in this. We are many.
Yes, we are many. Indeed, we are many. Very, very nice.
What you
Thank
would
you,
like
Andrea.
to
Very
share,
nice.
Pablo?
I want to send this message of love and power for the people who are in this transition time, for the people who feel this call, but they are wondering with doubts, with worries. Yes, what will happen? People will judge me. What if I will be alone? If I won't find another way? How I'm going to live? There is no another way to live. I want to tell them, look, there is another way. We did it. We didn't do it alone. This decision, if you make it from your center, the universe will be with you, and is a good ally. The spirit will be
Yeah.
with you and will send you what you need. It doesn't mean all the processes will be easy or pleasant, but you will make it. You will make it through with the help of the tribe, the knowledge and the practices. You will learn this very deep truth. The energy that you are seeking and the value that you are seeking, you can create it. First with your body, with your breath, with your practices, and later you will create it only with your consciousness. You will be totally free. And this transition will take you to have a life, from having a life with based in scarcity and chasing value in the external situation and validation of people, you will have a life of purpose and meaning and sense. And you will come to play like the kid, to play again, to enjoy, to
Yes.
share, to help
Yes.
others from this place of enthusiasm. And this is what your soul wants. So I encourage you from my heart to do it, and whatever you need in the path, here we are. Andrea, love, amazing work with circles with women in UK. I'm here in Brussels organizing retreats, events, all this connected with helping people to make this transition. And in our spiritual academy, Wow Academy, events, retreats, pilgrimages, and the online academy that we meet every day for this, to help you, to help people like you that you want to make this transition, to make it happen, to transform your life. This means to transform your life, actually, to start growing this power and this value from you.
Yes,
We're
yes. Wow. Woo! That's it.
yes,
Beautiful, very
we
beautiful,
will do it.
Pablo. Yes, yes. I could feel so much love and empowerment through your words. Thank you very much for sharing so much wisdom and so much clarity. Thank you very much, Pablo.
Thank
Beautiful.
you, Andrea. Thank you for this nice
Thank you.
conversation, for sharing, for your vulnerability, your beauty, for sharing this journey. And leave it here for the next one. Let's see what is coming, no? With the next,
Yes, yes.
we'll see
Let's
what the
see.
Spirit sent us to talk about. For you guys, if you resonate with this message, leave us here your comments, send us emails, contact, ask anything you want. We are here to support your journey.
Yes.
Andrea, I send you wonderful kiss, hug,
Same
and we will
there.
see you. I will see you in 5 days. No,
See you
7 days,
soon.
6 days, very
Yes.
soon. We'll see. Next one will be
See you in
live.
the retreat. Yes. Thank you,
Yes, yes.
Pablo. Bye
Thank you
bye.
very
Much love
much.
to everyone. Bye bye.